Hey, Renee, Chris, and Ryan going live. Best podcast, Beauty and the Beast. Sit back and catch a vibe. Oh yeah, we talking zombies and apocalypses and all those things you like. Going beast mode, and if you didn't know, it's P to Z up on the mic. Whoa, hey, TWD family, grab the snacks about the pantry. And subscribe and like if you can, please. Or those walkers eat you like some candy. Hey, okay. You at the right place at the right time. No one does it better, that's the bottom line. Beauty and the Beast, this is prime time. Let's go.
Well, hello.
Hello.
How's it going? Did we keep you guys in suspense? Was it suspenseful? Pie, you look like you are. There's Linda. No, you're not late. You're right on time.
You're perfect.
We're late. You're on time. We're late.
Yeah.
There was what would it be, one of our shows without some technical difficulties? Honestly.
Yeah.
Come on.
You know, we were trying to
We're just
make
good
it a little snazzy tonight, but we got into snags trying to make it snazzy, and now we're just normal us without the snazzy.
Mm-hmm.
I apologize in advance if I'm going to be a little ornery tonight because it pisses me off when I can't figure something out. And it's going to be eating away at me the entire show. So
yeah. We'll get it done though. It might have just been
That's
a
okay.
simple thing. It's usually something real simple.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like a click away. You know what I mean? Anyway, how's everybody doing? How you guys been? Renee, how's everything going?
Good. Yeah. Good here. It was warm today, but it's supposed to be stupid tomorrow, so
Really?
that stinks.
I don't know how it's supposed to be for
It was
us.
supposed to be warm tomorrow. It's supposed to be
I
like
know today was warm.
yeah. Tomorrow's supposed to be warm too.
Today was like in the 50s, right?
Yeah, we almost hit 60 today.
Tomorrow's almost 60 again.
Yeah, tomorrow's almost 60.
Wednesday's 61.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then Friday
Ooh.
snow, I heard.
Yeah. 100% chance of snow
Yeah,
on
I
Friday.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget which day. We're supposed to get some kind of snow, ice, something. I'm looking. Rain tonight, so that's good. At least it's just rain. That's wrong. That's not where I'm supposed to be. I'm like, that
That's
doesn't.
not it.
It does it. Like if I put other cities in my thing, then it just pops to them randomly, and then I think, oh wow, and then I'm like, wait, that's in Florida.
Next Tuesday, a high of 28 with a low of 6.
I like it.
Oh.
Let's go kill the groundhog that made these decisions.
Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, tomorrow it'll be 17 here, and it was 56 today.
I think you're winning in the cold ass department.
Yeah, really.
I don't like it.
So yeah, what's going on, everybody? How we doing? Obviously we're here to discuss, yesterday's episode, 11/9, season 11, episode 9. Linda, I'm sure you have a ton of things that you want to talk about, so go ahead and just throw them into the chat, and we will pluck away at them. Pi says she always wins in the cold ass department.
Well, Pi, that's because you get
Yeah,
7
true.
feet of snow.
Yeah. We can't compete with that. It's okay. We know what you mean.
Yep.
So we got to see the Hwacha,
Hwacha?
Yep.
Hwacha?
which was pretty cool. I mean, that thing
Yeah.
was pretty. That thing was pretty cool. It was just like a very deadly 4th of July.
Okay, so
Yeah.
starting off strong in the first less than 10 minutes of what really grinds my guts, though.
Oh no.
In a zombie apocalypse,
Mm-hmm.
are you really getting a return on your investment for that? I feel like that is a lot of work, a lot of prep work
Mm-hmm.
to set that up
Mm-hmm.
for, a one-hit wonder. I mean, yeah, you're hitting multiple targets, but it's like within 5 minutes, it's useless.
Yeah.
And as Maggie proved, all you have to do is hide a little bit and you're okay.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I think look, they have to throw flair in there, right? They have to throw some kind of flair.
Absolutely, some kind of action.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, they had to throw something in there to make it, explosive to give it some flair.
Had to jazz it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they ended last season with it, so they had to immediately jump right to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought it was fun, watching the CGI explosions of the walkers.
And the Reapers that was their, the Reapers had kind of
Oh.
set camp up there. So they knew that way if, it was kind of like, I can see where, any group that was coming at them, they'd be ready with it. You know what I mean? Protect their. So I get what you're saying, but also, I don't know. And it was cool. So
yeah, I mean, intimidation factor wise, I mean, maybe you'd be like, well, what the hell is this thing? But I mean, like I said, it was pretty cool to see. It was nice to see it in action. And and we're off with the whole episode.
yeah.
Linda says there's a bunch of nonsense. They talk so much she says, "Oh yeah, so much nonsense to talk about." I believe that's supposed to be so. Mo much nonsense. What up, Zay? What's going on?
Yeah, I get it. Like, there's no logic in the show. It's like, oh, we're low on bullets. Oh, gun go pew pew. And here comes Daryl with his, Call of Duty Future Warfare gun.
Yeah.
When the Saviors attacked the hell's it called?
What?
Alexandria.
Oh. Yeah.
When he had the futuristic looking gun.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, it was like the snow camo. Like,
yeah.
When you use snow camouflage in Georgia, it's not gonna work out too well.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Maggie. Well, we're gonna talk about Maggie. We got
a lot to say about Maggie.
Yeah. Renee actually had a really good article. If you guys haven't checked it out, but she did an MVP article on this past episode on where you voted for Gabriel, and then you had Maggie as the runner-up for the MVP of the episode.
Call me Gabriel.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
That was so great.
listen, Gabe in this episode was Gabe.
He was kicking
Yeah,
butt.
Gabe was on fire. I mean, besides being saved by Daryl, I mean, Gabe, he pretty much owned this episode throughout. Yeah. And then Negan, of course, had we were talking about his one, he had a few good one-liners.
Well, ding, ding.
Yeah. Negan was more, I think Negan, most of his were facial expressions in this episode. There were all these facial expressions he used. He didn't even need to talk.
Right. Lauren Cohen acting needs more, to be honest. Oh, boy.
I said it's a no Maggie zone.
Yeah. It's look, we're gonna get into that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you guys know, anybody who knows that I've been riding the Maggie Negan train hard. So there was, and you watched and you even said it.
Yeah.
I think you said you saw it too, right, Renee? I mean, that little.
No, I said this to his comment.
I mean,
there was a pause after.
At the fight in the hallway.
After the fight in the hallway.
Yeah.
And
I'm still not buying it.
After Negan had his one-liner, there was that look. Right before.
She stood up, and he was leaning up against the wall. He still had the bell in his hand, and she stood up and she looked at him like with this steamy.
There was a clear cinematographic pause.
Yeah.
That indicated something.
Yeah, there was eye fucking happening.
There was a lot of eye undressing going on.
There was a lot of eye sexual contact being made. There was a lot of undressing happening there. This is all part of the Negi saga.
So Pi, I'm glad you said this because this is my theory, right? So, in the next couple episodes, Maggie's going to realize that Negan is actually a valuable part of the community now, and that she's actually missed out on a lot in the time that she spent away from Alexandria. I think she's going to chase after Negan. He's going to be like, "Why would I come back for you to just kill me?"
Yeah.
And she's going to kiss him, and they're going to.
Whoa.
And then they're gonna come back and not realize what happened.
Ryan.
Or not admit what happened.
Look at you.
What? I think that's what's gonna happen.
Ryan has jumped onto my Negi train.
Yes, because there was that split second eye fuck that happened.
See? I'm on people. If it happens, just saying.
Chris said it first.
Just saying. So
look at Linda.
What?
She's like, no.
Pookie, oh my god.
Eric, you came in at a great time, brother.
Howdy, everyone. Yeah. What up, E? What's going on? Right, no, Maggie and Negan, no way. Look, Linda, you can say no all you want. I don't know. I beg to differ. I think it's a full send. I think we're full sending.
Oh, there'll be full sending a lot.
There'll be a full send on this thing. I don't know.
Be like the Apollo space lift.
I agree. Yuck. Oh, come on, you can't chime in, Renee. You're on our side.
What's up, Michael?
I can see what I want in the
What
chat.
up, Mike? Yeah, no, I see that. So yeah, look, this episode, I know, I honestly, after I watched it the first time, I said that I really didn't have much to really gripe at. I thought the episode as a whole was really well done.
I think it was one of their better starting points.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
In a long time.
Right.
Yeah.
But like even going through the show, the flow of it, you know, like I just felt like it was as a whole, the whole episode, it was really, I enjoyed it, and it's been a while since I've actually been able to say that.
Yeah.
About one of their episodes.
I think Eric's right. That somebody has to be Negan's baby daddy, and so this is a theory that I've had for a while, and I've said this before, is that they could potentially set up something where it's like the future of the Walking Dead universe, where it's all the kids as teenagers, you know, and kind of exploring that, because they've put so much emphasis on the kids, and they've done so much as far as like time jumping and accelerating their ages. Like obviously, like now, like Judith is older. Now we see like Gracie's older, RJ's older, Herschel's older. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And you see all the kids getting older, and there is a lot of emphasis on from the adults of the future of their communities. And you see Aaron, and I mean, yeah, like Gracie's like his adopted daughter.
Yep.
But once he heard that whistle, he was like, "Fuck the windmill."
Yeah.
That's my daughter. Like, and he ran. Yeah. And so I understand that, like, you know, I'm not a parent, but I am an uncle, and like, so I understand that protective desire. But at the same time, that windmill falls and crushes the wall, you're fucked.
Yeah,
your whole community is gone. And he was like, "Nope, done." And so I have the theory that they're gonna have a spinoff show down the road where it's all the kids as like teenagers or as adults taking over the communities. So having a child of Negi and Maggie and Negan would make a lot of sense, in my opinion.
Yeah. We're getting a lot. Let me see. So the basement plot that you're talking about, Pi. As far as the episode goes, you're right. It really didn't really have anything to do with the whole episode, besides the fact that they were stuck. Aaron had to go save Gracie and Judith, and I mean, you know, that was really it. I mean, a lot of the things they do is obviously to build tension and to make you fear that someone's going to die.
I for a solid chunk of that episode, I thought for sure Aaron was biting the dust.
Yeah. I did like some of the cool graphics, like when he's wrestling with the one walker in the water.
Oh, and the camera's underwater,
but then you see like the funk leaking out
into
of the walker's mouth.
And the eyeball pops. Did you see the eyeball?
Yeah. When he cracked its head.
Yeah, he smushed it and the eyeball like floats through it. I mean, so cool.
There was a lot of cool visual stuff if you're really paying attention, you know, like just the little things that they added. Like I said, like the muck coming out of the walker's mouth as he's underwater. You know, you kind of see the water stain with this greenish, black, red shit, you know, like whatever they used. But I just like little details like that, which matter to, you know, to people like us. You know what I mean? Like it shows you put in the effort to put in that extra detail.
Because they could have just as easily left that out.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't have felt like we were missing something because we wouldn't have known to miss that. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I think that this episode, you know, even though the scene kind of seemed pointless a little bit, whatever, I think it's just a way, you know, what other situation you're going to put a kid in that they could defend themselves. This was a way, you know, they were able to stand up on that table, and, you know, Judith is good enough that she could, you know, stab some of them when it's one at a time coming at her. So, you know, I think it's just a way to keep the kids involved and
keep them relevant.
You know, just show her skills and show, you know, because, you know, Angela Kang had said that this scene, they felt like you could really tell that she was Rick and Michonne's daughter, that she was taking, you know, like, protecting Gracie, and she was doing those. So I think it's just one way to keep the kids involved and in the storyline besides just them playing or whatever.
Right. Yeah, like you said, it keeps them in the plot, keeps them in the story. It keeps things going with that. And then, like Ryan says,
Like,
for Tales of the Walking Dead, I mean,
Mhm.
I would love to see a grown Judith Grimes.
Yep.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
know, I don't think there's many people who wouldn't. Yeah, her sword though that she was given to by her mom is lost at the bottom of the house right now under the water.
Yep.
You know, she ends up dropping it. I, so curious because I only watched the episode once. Really, she stabbed the one walker in the head.
Yep.
Did that not kill it? Because was that the same walker that reached up and grabbed her again?
I think that was a separate one.
Because it
Yeah.
happened quick. It was like
Yeah.
she stuck the one,
Mhm.
and then they showed it like fall, but then all you see again is a hand reach up and grab her. So I'm like,
Mhm.
wait, didn't she just kill that walker? You know, like I was a little confused. So maybe just another one was just hanging out in you know near the area, I guess.
Yeah.
And you don't see,
I guess, yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, I guess, yeah, that's a good question.
because I was like, wait, you know, did she not stab it good enough? I don't know.
Did you just like stab it on the side and like graze the skull or something?
Why? Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. It's I mean, or I just completely missed the fact that there was
The
another
second
walker
went in the water
nearby. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Linda says, so Judith and her stupid sword that she waves around and threatens others, kids with, but now she's supposed to actually use it and and loses it. Linda says, question. It's about Lydia. Why she said to Aaron, you would have done the same to me. Why would she? Why she doubts? I don't think she does.
Yeah, I would say almost the opposite.
Yeah. I think she's starting to feel like she fits
Yep.
in now. You know, her mom's dead. You know, she's starting to get her footing within the communities. And I just took it as a kind of a way to show that she's starting to feel more as one of them.
I feel like with her mom dead and everything, she truly feels like she can get a fresh start in Alexandria, and she doesn't have to keep looking over her shoulder.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Zay wants to know about Alden. I didn't have any personal attachments to him. You know, I mean,
It was a little emotional when
I
Maggie
kind-
found him, but
yeah, but I felt personally when they left him there, you weren't gonna go back and find him alive anyway.
yeah,
Like,
Right.
I mean, I kind of already knew like his story was ending. You know, like
Mhm.
you get left alone
Yeah.
in like a middle of the woods in the cabin.
Injured with a knife and
Yeah.
a little bit of food.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. But did you guys read any of the what really happened to Alden? Have you read any of that?
No.
It's okay. This is just, to me, it's just idiotic why they didn't include this. It said, so he did an interview and Angela Kang did her interview about this. So Alden was actually, the reason he wasn't making any noise, if you look, there's a brief shot, you can see his throat has been slit. And the reason he's crawling is because his legs have been broken. He was attacked by Reapers, found him, and they broke his legs and slit his throat. So that's how he died.
What?
How are we supposed to know this?
yeah. How were we supposed to
There- I
glean
mean,
all that
like-
information?
Yeah, like the only way I even knew I could see the neck is because somebody screenshot it and said, here's that, you know, and
Yeah.
I'm going, oh, okay, yeah, now. But it was such a split second. I went back and watched, and I'm like, there was no way anyone would ever figure this out. So I don't even understand, but I mean, but it was a whole plot thing that in the script, and when he was doing the scene and they were telling him, you know, don't make noises because your throat's been cut. You can't, you know, you wouldn't be making the, you know, walker
Right.
noises and stuff.
Right.
Which is, I mean, it's a cool story because, so why didn't we get that, you know? So it was very bizarre, but Angela Kang and Colin did it. They did interviews explaining this whole scene, and I just don't understand.
And it also begs the question that when Maggie first burst into the church, or I think it was a church, right?
I don't know what it
Yeah.
was.
I think it was church.
Yeah, it was-
a cross and shit like that.
Oh, okay.
There was another walker in there.
Yeah.
So who the hell was the walker?
Well, that's what it was something like, I'm trying to remember if it mentioned.
Did Alden kill one of the
Did he
Reapers?
kill one of them? Maybe?
Yeah, maybe he was able to get one. Something, I
Because they left
forget.
him
Yeah,
with a gun,
but
didn't they?
knife.
Okay.
Knife. Yeah.
Yep. So anyway, yeah, I just
Eric said maybe it could be in some kind of flashback later.
But see, if that's the case, then why would they?
why
spoil
would they
that?
tell it?
well, no,
in the
because they've
interviews?
done
Yeah.
that before. Well, yeah, I don't know. Well, did they spoil it?
I mean, they like if you pull up I think he did his interview with Insider, and I believe she did hers with maybe comicbook.com. Angela did, and it's detailed. Like it's not, it just seems strange. I mean, if they were going to do a flashback, why tell the whole tale then?
Yeah,
yeah, it's very weird.
I mean, they could have
It's
very easily
bizarre.
just said it'll be explained in a later episode what happened. What exactly
Right?
happened.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or you'll have to wait
So
and see.
anyway,
Yeah, Pi says maybe,
Yeah.
well, if they bothered to do all that work in the scene, maybe it'll become important later on. I don't know. There's no clues in the building, like inside or anything like that. It's not like there's anything written or nothing like that.
Mm-mm.
You just see the one walker that she kills, and then the next one you stumble upon is Alden.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I didn't pay attention enough to even notice that his throat was slit. I thought he was crawling just because he was injured. Like I was like, oh, well, he was injured, so.
I was like, didn't he get stabbed in the stomach area? But I thought, well, maybe he did hurt his leg too, and that, so that didn't even occur to me either. But after they said that he wasn't making noise, I'm like, oh gosh, he wasn't making any noise. Where normally they would be growling toward, as crawling towards her.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, I just thought it was a cool story, and I just thought it was a shame that we didn't somehow learn that. But again, yeah, maybe it will play out some way.
Maybe I guess maybe it could serve another purpose at some point in time. Who knows?
And it was very weird too that Maggie, being as conscientious of a person as she is about the situation they're in with zombies and stuff, I get that she had this fondness for Callum, but then she's holding him by the cheek before she stabs him, and I'm like, all it take is a second, and you get bit.
Yeah.
So now you either turn or you cut your hand off.
And I mean, hey, we could always use another handless person, right?
Let's we'll have the handless squad, Aaron and Maggie.
Yeah.
I like stuff like that. I understand it's a show, so you have to have some suspension of disbelief, but that's just really like I don't know. I never if I was in that situation, I wouldn't be cradling the freaking guy's cheek. Like I get it, it sucks, but why put yourself in unnecessary danger?
Who knows? Obviously, we all know that she's not showing the best mental state as it is.
Yeah.
So ruthless Maggie.
Yeah. Carol. Yeah, I mean, Carol only had a split second in the very beginning to go and take care of the windmill,
and then the end.
And then in the
when
end,
Daryl got back.
Yep. So I mean, Zay says she wants more Carol. I agree. I think everybody wants more Carol. You can never go wrong when you have a Carol in a late episode.
Well, in the trailer or the teaser for the next one, it looks like we'll see more of her. So.
Yeah. What is that? Linda said Maggie and Gabriel.
I don't think Leah's gonna die. I have this whole theory about how Daryl is gonna go out and find her, and as we found out, from trailers and stuff like that, Daryl is joining the Commonwealth.
Yeah.
And if anybody would have the resources now to find Leah, it would be Daryl, with the help of the Commonwealth, and I think that he recruits her because she is out there by herself now.
I think she dies.
I don't think so.
Got a bullet in her. Sepsis.
Yep.
Tetanus.
Okay. No, because there's a clip of her in one of the teaser promo things. She's she doesn't look like her Reaper self. She has different clothes on, and her hair looks like it's been done, like it's down, like usually it's up and stuff. Like she looks like she's been taken care of. So the Commonwealth thing kind of would make sense because she looks like she's not been living out in the woods on her own or anything like that.
I don't know.
So maybe he finds her and they fix her up from her injuries or something.
I mean, as we saw, injuries like that are not always a death sentence in The Walking Dead because, I mean, Rick slit Negan's throat, I mean, deeper than he did in the comic books. And whatever the hell his name is, the guy who was not a doctor, or whatever the hell his name was, Sadiq, he saved him. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. You know?
I don't know. I think it would... To me, obviously, as far as it would make sense for her to die of some infection.
Yeah.
But it's The Walking Dead, so we'll
who knows?
Have a bionicle arm or some shit next time we see her.
Yeah.
Whatever. Zay says, I think Leah can look at the flowers, aka Carol. Look, I mean, she might be around. I mean, she is going to be around. We don't know when we'll see her again.
Yep.
But who knows? Someone might take care of her. You know, there's also a lot of deaths that haven't taken place yet that we all thought would happen by now.
Yeah.
That's what Rosita. That's what Gabe. You know, I mean, those are two people that I thought we would have seen dead by now, but they're still in it.
Yeah.
And also, Daryl has a really bad weak spot for Leah, like really bad. And when Maggie went back on her word and killed, you know, or tried to kill Leah and killed the other two, whatever the hell their names are. But, you know, Daryl was, he's like, what are you doing? He wasn't pissed because Maggie killed, you know, name one and name two. You know, he's mad because she shot at Leah. And he wanted her to go. He wanted her to survive. He wanted her to escape, and that's and he clearly has a soft spot because he tracked her. He knew where she was. 110% knew where she was.
Oh yeah, he was talking to her. He knew where she was. He's a tracker. That's what he does.
And then he walked away empty-handed. And I really do think that she's going to join the Commonwealth. And there's already this divide that's happening between Daryl and Maggie right now.
Yeah,
and you could visibly see it.
But is it a divide or is it a planned divide?
No, because I think it's a divide.
Yes, because Angela King said that this stems from season 9 when they disagreed. And I can't exactly remember what was happening, but they had a disagreement before she left. And so Angela King's alluded to the fact that there is a division between them.
I don't know. I think it's planned. They always have, like, they've always, like, it's their history. Everything.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, everything is always planned.
Yeah. And, you know, things happen. And again, they don't always follow the comic book, but the Commonwealth has a huge role to play coming, you know what I mean? Obviously, they're going to follow a lot of the comic book with this because it's going to, you know, you can tell it's building to something pretty big. And there's a lot of things that happen in the comic book that if they happen here, it'll kind of make that Daryl scene make sense, you know? So, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean...
But again, whether they follow that.
Right, because you see Daryl, he's got everybody lined up outside of the Hilltop gates there, you know? So...
And why is she at Hilltop? It's burnt to the ground, you know? I mean, I know that's her community, but it's like...
Well, that's where Glenn's buried.
Yeah, but... I mean, there's nothing there. And the Commonwealth, they're working, you know, I mean, when the end of this thing, Lance says they're going to fix Alexandria. So I'm like, so does she, I mean, because this is 6 months later, that scene. So did she go to the Commonwealth and then she escaped and because it was horrible, or did she just never go? Did she go off?
Knowing her,
with
I don't
Elijah?
think she ever went. She probably does. There's probably a bartering system that they have going on. And
oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
You know.
They're not doing this for free.
Yeah. So, Zay wants to know if we think that Rosita is going to die. I don't know. I mean, she was supposed to be on a pike, you know, a long time ago. Her head was supposed to be on a pike a long time ago.
I think if we're going to lose a major, it's going to be Aaron. I just have a feeling it's going to be Aaron. And I think that could be some of these scenes showing his compassion and showing this building to that, because they do that often, like with this, you know, him saving the girls and things like that. So I don't know. I just have this, I don't know. Aaron's become one of my very favorite characters, you know, and I'm like, I think he's going to die.
I mean,
so I don't know though.
He did shuffle along that sewer pipe pretty well at the basement of the house. So,
there's a making of video. You'll have to watch it. It's pretty cool. The rig that they have him on and stuff. It's kind of cool to see that.
Yeah. When that pipe, I mean, I kind of like this watching. I'm like, well, this isn't going to go smoothly. So what bad is going to happen? And sure as shit, the pipe snaps, you know.
And then
on
like,
another
Ryan
episode of This Old House.
Yeah. And it was funny when Ryan watched that, and he texted us that, what'd he say? I'm just going to be right here, or whatever he said.
Yeah. Like, I'll be right back, or whatever. Yeah. And he's like, I'm not going anywhere.
Or she said, no, just hang on.
Yeah, just hang on. Yeah.
And he was like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm like...
Eric says, leave Rosita alone. Yeah, I know. You got your thing for Rosita. I know.
Every time I see Rosita, I think it's Susie Crabgrass from Ned's Declassified.
If it's 6 months later, why haven't they bothered to rebuild it all at all?
They have nothing.
I mean, it looks like they're in the process. The walls are up. You know.
Well, the walls Yeah, because she's got
The
walls
gate was
back up at
definitely
least
down. Like there was damage all
when
around.
they came. Yeah. So they built up something, but I mean that house. How are you're not building that house again?
Yeah.
They're living in the shacks and the small little areas and stuff. But
I think Maggie's not with the Commonwealth because she just doesn't trust people.
Yeah.
yeah, she doesn't trust anybody right now. I mean, I don't even. Yeah, she's just been through some stuff that really she just has no trust.
Yeah. See, I don't know. I kind of see it as like Daryl going and being a part of it, so that way he can be on the inside to help overthrow it from the inside out. And then Maggie and everybody else are on the outside helping. You know what I mean? I don't know.
But they've done this so many times with Daryl. Stop. Give the man a better story for Pete's sake. They do this. I mean, that's what they just did it with the Reapers. He was just, and it's happened before, and it's. I just hope not, because I want them to give Daryl something better for Pete's sake.
Yeah, well, like Zay just said, yeah, Carol will definitely end up being a spy because they show her there baking cookies.
She's always that.
Yeah, I mean that's just her thing.
I mean that's always. Yeah. Well, like the Commonwealth puts them in the jobs they used to do. She was a housewife. Right. So I mean, what else would she do? She would bake or cook or do something, like that. So, it makes sense. But we all know Carol.
Yeah. Carol's got those. What kind of cookies are they called? The what kind of cookies does she make all the time?
With the fruits or whatever.
Some kind of flour.
No, they were acorns.
Oh,
acorns.
Acorn
yeah.
Cookies, yeah.
But yeah, she used to make
crushed up acorns. Yeah.
She's gonna have a tray of those. They're probably gonna all be poisoned. She's gonna take out all of the Commonwealth leadership with them.
Pie when Carol bakes cookies, everyone should head for the hills.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're about to get your guts turned inside out.
Now, did Carol go to the Commonwealth because she's in love with Daryl?
No.
I don't think so.
No. Carol's always had a bigger picture in mind.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever there's something bigger for her to conquer,
well, that's what I'm saying. But
like, look at the kingdom. She infiltrated that.
So is that why she's going with Daryl? Because there's some grander plan.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's always a plan.
But Renee's right. This is such an overused plot point with Daryl that it's if they go that route, I'll be disappointed. I hate to say this,
but their end game. Think about it. What's their end game always been? To find a place that they can survive and grow their community, right?
So they're going to kill the Commonwealth leadership and take over.
Yeah, that's what they've always done.
But that's the point.
That's been the theme. That's been the theme.
I almost would rather Daryl to have legitimately defected to the Commonwealth and be the surprise villain of the end of the season.
Do you see that happening?
No, of course not. Because it's like, if Daryl dies, we riot.
Heck yeah, we will.
Well, yeah. Then everyone will riot.
But I could see it happening that, like, girls love a bad boy, and like Daryl, oh, he's a villain. Oh my god, he's so much hotter. I don't like Daryl.
Heck yeah.
I'm not a fan of Daryl.
Yeah. To each their own.
So I was big on Daryl in the very beginning. I was big on him when Merle was around and everything like that. I was big on him in the beginning.
In the beginning,
season.
Absolutely.
Now that he's like the main guy with Jeffrey, you know what I mean? I'm obviously more of a Negan guy. He fits like my personal likings better. His charisma, his attitude.
Yeah, he's blunt. I mean, he's direct. He doesn't lie about shit.
Yeah, it's the way he is that makes me drawn to him more. Daryl, I'm neutral with. Like, I mean, I don't dislike him. I don't love him. I'm just kind of neutral with what he does and what he is. Did I think his plan to lure them out with what's his name there, the guy that they captured, Carver. Like I thought that what he was gonna do was, the whole swap trade-off thing. Like we get to
hostage negotiation.
Yeah, like we get to walk and whatever. I was like, this isn't gonna work. It never works.
Yeah.
But you guys talk about they always go back to the well with something. Well, they went back to the well with that.
See, I almost would have preferred that they had Callum and he was held hostage, and then you saw like Leah like with a knife to his throat, and then they started to do this exchange, and then right before Callum's about to walk away, she just slits his throat, and that's when Maggie goes all crazy and
Mhm.
I feel like that almost would have been a better way of handling both of those situations
Yeah.
Mhm.
rather than have whatever the
Yeah.
hell. What's the guy's name? Whose sister was Josephine?
Oh,
Elijah.
Elijah.
And he was like,
Yeah.
like I just
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we know there's a lot of Carol Daryl shippers out there. I just don't ever see it happening. I mean, they've
Nah,
that's something that they've always said that it just not.
Mhm.
You know, Daryl will never have like. I guess Leah's the closest one you could say that him having a relationship
yeah.
Yeah.
on the series. Um, so yeah, I don't know.
I don't think that's ever
Yeah,
been
I
the
just
purpose of his character though.
yeah, right.
yeah, I don't know. But then I mean, then there's always Connie. They talk about,
Yeah,
Daryl and Connie
he was
too.
very happy
But
to see
again, I
Connie.
just
Yeah.
yeah, but I also feel like Daryl, I don't know. He's always had like a good friend, like Beth and him, that, everybody tried to make that a thing. And, they're always trying to put Daryl with somebody.
Yeah.
And I just don't know if that's his thing, I mean, I just kind of feel like he's just everybody's friend and, Uncle Daryl. And he's,
Right.
kind of a, I don't
You know
know.
what I'd like to know, because obviously they didn't show it, but when Lydia goes to save Aaron,
Mhm.
she gets a rope. She ties it to the one house that's across from them. He's hanging onto a pipe with a hand and a metal fist and his two legs. How does that rope get attached to the pipe so that he can then crawl out? If you look at this rope is stiff as a board. This rope has no give in it. How did my man tie that rope to that pipe with one hand?
He's just that good, I guess. I don't But how to hear the whistle over the storm and the fire and the, that was like, I mean, I was glad he did. I thought,
Yeah.
that's great that they have that. But I'm like, how did he hear that?
Just to test
But
that. Let's get one of those. Let's get one of those whistles and go outside and we'll just test the distance.
We've always talked about, since we first started the podcast, that we would do this like Walking Dead Mythbusters.
Yeah.
Totally
We need
should.
like a place to like put a pipe, and then like you got to throw me a rope, and I have to tie it with one hand.
Oh yeah, that's gonna go over really well. Your ceiling is barely
We're
holding
gonna
up now.
We're gonna have to get a bigger insurance plan.
Your ceiling's barely holding up now.
Yeah. Pi says, Chris, you're just using logic.
And Pi said she still ships Carol and Ezekiel. Yeah, I like those guys together.
And I mean, like, what are they up to?
Mhm.
We have been in the dark with them forever now.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're running out of episodes for them to elaborate
Yeah,
on.
I know. It's like,
Yeah. I mean, I really feel like, how are they gonna pull this off? Like, it's gonna be like a game of chess where there's gonna be hopping all over the board. Like, let's get you guys up to date now with this group, because this group was just left off doing here, and then we're gonna get caught up there, and then over here, but then we're gonna have to jump all the way back to where we guys left you in the first episode, and they're over here now. It's just, I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be very choppy.
Well, with the whole 6 months thing, I feel like that was just like a glimpse into the future, and they're going to take us up to that. Like, because the next episode happens. I think I think the synopsis says weeks. It doesn't say like 3 weeks. I forget. It's not a lot of weeks. So the next episode isn't that far into the future.
So is each? I guess then pretty much each episode would have to skip a couple weeks probably.
Yeah, the synopsis, they haven't been very good about putting out the synopsis for the next episodes and stuff. So
I'm sorry, I just read what Pi wrote.
Oh, Pi, that's outstanding.
Yeah.
Whoa. All right, Pi.
All right.
Hey.
Okay. I got it. Very nice. Very nice.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Very nice.
She said, "Spread eagled him."
And did the Royal Cowgirl.
Hey.
Ay. So yeah.
Wow. On that note.
Good thing Lucy ain't here, because man.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, she would have been all over that.
In every sense of the word.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, it jumps ahead. We know that Daryl, I guess in the 3 weeks time span, Daryl goes and becomes part of them. Maggie's got Hilltop and it's being rebuilt. Commonwealth is sending them help. So we should see Ezekiel, and
Everybody that's
was
there
it,
already.
Yumiko, Eugene.
I'm still
Princess.
skeptical though, right? Because of how off the rocker that Maggie is right now, and how mistrusting of people she is. Is she
Yeah.
just going to blindly accept the help from the Commonwealth and not expect that there's something that she's going to have to give up?
Well, that's the thing.
Nobody in the zombie apocalypse does things for free.
She'll blindly shake a hand and never give you anything. She's just gonna look to
Yeah.
kill you.
True.
Like that.
Mhm.
That's who Maggie is now.
Right.
That's why
And-
when
yeah.
Negan saw what she did, he took his
He knew.
opportunity and said, "I'm
And
out
bounced out.
because I know
Yeah.
who you are. You're going to kill me. I'm gone."
Mm-hmm. Yep.
She'll shake their hand for get everything she needs out of them, and then start killing them all.
Right. Well, if you listen to some of the voiceovers on the trailer, like sometimes they don't match up with the picture. It's just you hear people talking, and Maggie says something about how do you trust these people or something, So I want, is that talking about the Commonwealth, But it sounds like she's talking to Daryl, but at the same time, I don't know because it just blends things together.
Yeah, it's weird because when she's standing on the wall of the hilltop, she says to Daryl, or at that point we just knew it was a Commonwealth soldier. She said, "You don't have to do this."
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And takes the helmet off, and it's Daryl, and he goes, "Yeah, yeah, I do." And so it kind of really does make me think, like, what the hell happened here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love how if you watch that too, we're seeing all this and it's nice and bright, and then when it just seamlessly goes to that next scene. It's darker, it's gray, it's there's a definite heavy feeling to that scene. It's very different than the reunion scene, and I guess the last thing would have been when then Lance was talking and all that. But everything was really bright, and then it went dull.
Yeah.
So.
Pi says maybe that's what Maggie did, took stuff from the Commonwealth and then left, and now the Commonwealth wants their stuff back.
I could believe that.
Could be.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or maybe she made a promise for something to give them something, and then she's kind of like, "Fuck you," like,
Yeah.
and now they're the brokers come calling,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Miko's brother is a surgeon.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Yep.
I mean.
Yeah, because that's probably why they took him, because they found out, because she said it, my brother or something. Yumiko had said that my brother's here, he's a surgeon or something, and that's the first time, because he had been trying to hide that. So that's probably why they took him.
She even said that in the interview, and she kind of in like the interviewer, and they kind of looked at her like,
Yeah, we didn't know that. Yeah, so yep.
Yeah. The scene there with where they're doing the trade off. We were talking about Gabriel in the beginning. We are talking about him being the MVP. And they're doing the swap or whatever the deal was that you give what's his name over Carver, and that they get to walk because she's got the dude up top sniping, and Gabriel once again coming in huge. Not only did he killed the other guy, the priest dude, and Mancia, I think his name was. He ended up killing him, and then he takes out the sniper. And the cool little radio comm there where she's like, "Jensen, what the hell?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "Nope, no Jensen here. You can call me Gabriel." And the look on Negan's face when he looks up and then
Like it was admiration and everything.
Yeah. And
they've come a long way from Negan telling him that you got a creepy ass smile.
That's Ryan. I posted that on Twitter last night when I was live tweeting. I said, or Negan's changed his tune. Now he's not quite so creepy, and I put that GIF of him going.
That's funny.
It's and then you have another look of affirmation between Maggie and Negan as this whole thing's going on.
Well, exactly. When she said, after they exchanged that look, and Negan said you know what I would do or something like that.
He looks at her and goes, you know what I would do.
And she goes, okay, lay down your weapons and leave. I was like, there's no way in hell after him saying that that we know for a fact she's gonna murder everybody.
So you can't tell me that those two don't share some kind of bond.
Now they do.
You know what I mean? There's it's there. They are both on the same wavelength here, people.
Maggie 5 or 6 seasons ago, absolutely not.
Right.
Maggie now, 100%.
Like, why would you look at Negan and go, what should I do?
Yeah.
Why would she do that?
Why would she not look at Daryl?
Yeah. Like, why?
I mean,
Because she
Daryl's
knows
just
Daryl was, Daryl was wimping out at this point.
Yeah.
He's trying to save everybody and not be, not take a side and this and that. Which, at that point, you got to take a side.
But you think about it. I mean, at this point in the show, Walking Dead from the minute Rick woke up in the hospital to where we are now, it's been how many years? And most of that, a good chunk of that, Maggie has been part of this, as has Daryl, and they've known each other for that long. So no matter how you feel about it, like, I know that there was like this disagreement between them before she left in season 9, I think it was. No matter how much that happens, there's a lot of history there and a lot of trust that I don't think is easily broken. So why would she have not looked at Daryl if she had every intention of following through on her word? The fact that she looked to Negan and Negan said what he said, I was like, there's no way in hell she's letting them live.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean...
Well, I think, like, it goes back to Negan later then. He says, you were always going to do what you did. Like, he knew, you know what I mean? That's why he's, like, she just needed that, reassurance or something, from him to say that. Then she was like, yep, that's exactly, because that's what I mean. Yeah, she used this whole Meridian mission as, we got to get food, but the underlying was her revenge.
Absolutely.
She was going to get these Reapers, and it didn't matter. I mean, obviously, it didn't matter who got killed, because look how many people got killed on the way to this mission. Her wardens are wiped out. There's like 3 of them left. The Reaper, and then how many of the other people got killed? The Alexandrians too. So, this has always been her end game. Yeah.
See, I don't know, Linda. Negan knew exactly what she was going to do.
I think that's why he said what he said.
Yeah.
100%.
He knew. Maggie turning to him and looking for that affirmation on what, like, she knew she wanted to kill him, but then looking to him as like her moral compass.
She wanted to know how, like, what level of crazy she was.
Into. Right. Like, let's go to this guy who killed my husband. Moral compass. What do you say? Moral compass says fucking kill him. So guess what happened? You're fucking dead.
and here's another point too. I think if it came down to saving that food or getting her revenge against Leah and her people, I think hands down she was getting her revenge. I think she would say fuck the food. I really do.
Yeah.
I've said that since I've said that since the beginning, that there is more to her. This food was not the main thing.
We all knew it. We could smell it from the beginning. We knew that this was not about.
We all discussed
this is about getting her place back.
But that's how she was able to get everybody to support her in it, was by saying it was for the food.
Because I can get food there, bring it here, and help supply and all this other stuff.
And I gotta say, for all that work, it didn't look like that much food.
Yeah, I was gonna say a bushel of apples and a couple. I'm like,
and then Daryl drops the fucking apples.
Well, yeah, but even Negan said it too. You go like somewhere in the beginning when they're in, I think when they're bandaging up, what's his name with the leg? Elijah. When they're bandaging him up, they're talking about what they can get away with, and he's like, what, a handful of, I don't know, potatoes or whatever he said, or whatever. He's like, I want to get out of here alive. I don't care about the bag of apples or whatever.
Yeah.
So Negan doesn't lie, but Maggie did left being selfish. Yeah.
But see, like when Negan said, "You know what I would do," that was him reaffirming to her, like, look, like I would absolutely show no mercy.
Well,
and I will say, I think that he initially
Negan said it earlier. I regret I didn't kill all of them.
Yeah, and so. And Negan's hinted before that the only thing that I would do differently is I wouldn't let people live.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Them all,
exactly. Yeah. So I think that maybe there was a little bit of initial surprise by Negan after Maggie said it. But Negan also understands that Maggie's not him. That there's not many people in the Walking Dead world right now that are like him, that are that blunt, that are that direct, that are that straightforward. He knows that Maggie has this like weird internal moral, ethical struggle going on internally with doing what she feels she has to do versus being the person that she truly is deep down.
Yeah.
And so I think Negan expected it.
Right.
But I think that he was kind of trying to reaffirm to her, like, sometimes you have to do what you got to do.
Yeah, and the him at the end being like, hey, I'm gonna go before I give you the chance to kill me. you
Yeah.
know, I don't like that moment was pretty tense. You know, she reaches for her gun. You know, I guess she tried to do it, you know, nonchalant, but you know,
Mhm. Oh yeah, she wasn't sure what was
yeah.
going to happen.
Everybody pointed out Negan was holding a Lucille 2.0. They're calling it.
With the pipe.
I guess is that what it is? Is it a
It
pipe?
looked like a metal pipe.
Yeah. So I mean, I know he had the crowbar, but then the crowbar's gone now. What did he had? Did he had a bat though in the hallway fight?
I think that was the pipe. I think it was a rusted pipe. Because it looked metallic.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a bat he had in the hallway. Somebody confirm what
I
he
know.
was using in the hallway. And during that fight, 'cause
some-
I could have sworn it looked like it had like a handle, you know, like a bat handle on it, but I might have been way off.
I might have too. I just didn't. I thought it looked like a pipe.
Yeah, because it wasn't the crowbar anymore. You know, and he's yeah. That I guess what he is holding is like a straight piece of like lead pipe. It's like it looks like black.
Yeah, it says
Why
I
not the
remember
bell?
some.
What? No, before the bell, before he gets the bell.
Yeah.
Ding ding.
That bell, that was hilarious.
Well, ding ding.
Yeah. I mean, he threw water
Yeah,
in his face
it's-
too. I'm
No,
like,
it wasn't water.
no?
It was. I
It was-
think it
it
was
was
like
the
dry
sand.
chem from a fire extinguisher.
So yeah, the sand. So like
Oh.
when she was walking up the stairs, the bell is hanging by a bucket of sand, like
Oh,
for
okay.
a
That's
small
used in
fire.
case of emergency,
I got
Yeah,
you. So it's
and-
like grit
yeah.
or some shit.
or like some kind of like
Yeah.
dry chem or something.
Right.
Well, Angela King said that you know, this was Maggie's place, and she would have had these things in place for emergencies. So she said that it was sand with the
Oh,
bell. That way, the
okay.
bell, they could alert them and then throw the sand on like a small
I
fire.
got you. All right. So yeah.
But I just pulled I just got to the scene, and it's on this giant screen, and it's definitely a lead pipe.
So
Is
yeah,
what
he's got the lead pipe now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he knows better, and you know, he's getting out of Dodge while he can.
And I just want to say how like personally stupid I think it was that Negan left. I get why,
She's gonna find him.
but here's my thing, right? How many people have been exiled from the group, either self-imposed or imposed by other people, and then they all go through this climbing action. They get to the peak, and they all meet up again, and then they all ride off into the sunset until the next conflict comes. I mean, you know, Rick exiling Carol, you know what I mean? And then them finding their way to each other. Then Carol and Daryl separating. Like, it's such a used plot point, and it's boring.
Yeah.
I almost would rather Negan have gone back, and then him waking up with like Maggie on top of him with a pillow, trying to smother him to death, and then them fighting. You know what I mean? Like some stupid shit like that. Because I know and then they're fighting with a pillow. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh. Yeah. He wakes up and she's trying to smother him with a
The stuff
pillow.
was coming out too.
And then, you know, long story short, bow chicka wow. Ding dong. Who is it? It's the pizza delivery man.
Afterwards, well, ding ding.
Well, even Negan took off when the jail
Yeah.
cell was left, and he went out. That's when he went back to the sanctuary, and
Yeah.
it was gone. And he came back, tail between his legs, you know.
Yeah.
So how many times are we gonna do it?
What?
People leaving, and then
Oh.
I gotta go back. Oh.
I'm like, I thought, was that Negan asking Maggie, like, how many times are we going to do it? I'm like, wait, what?
No.
As many times as it takes.
How many times are we going to do it? That's what it sounded like to me. Like,
I meant the plot point of somebody leaving and coming back.
right. Not Negan and Maggie.
No.
Oh, okay.
Not ding ding.
Not the pillow
Not the
smothering?
ding ding. No.
No ding ding?
No ding ding.
All right. Oh, boy. Pi says, after taking over and destroying so many communities, Maggie is all upset that some other people took over and destroyed hers. Well, tomato. I mean, you know, we say this all the time. Was if you start the show at a different point, is Rick the bad guy and Negan is the good guy?
From different perspectives.
Different perspective. I mean, you know, so yeah, it goes. Same thing goes for Maggie.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I would say that Maggie's definitely played more of a villain throughout than than anything. You know, especially later seasons when coming back, obviously, but.
So
But yeah, because we don't know what, I mean, all we know is her story. We don't know for sure what she said that she's done all these great
Yeah.
things and whatever. We don't know any of that. I mean, just like the Georgie and the twins, where are they? Why, and I mean, there's a fan theory out there that Maggie killed
Right.
them, so
And that
I,
maybe that would be great for the tales.
yeah,
Like to
absolutely.
that's
show
the kind
what,
of stuff to fill in.
right, to show what
Yeah.
happened with Maggie's time away that led up to
Yes.
this happening.
And that's the kind of stuff
Yep.
that would have very little impact on the story of The Walking Dead itself right now. So I
Mhm.
don't think it's necessary to visit it in the show. But like Tales from The Walking Dead would be perfect for something like that.
Mm-hmm. Because you can make that a few episodes.
Yep.
And bring everybody into the know. Instead of what
Well, that's the
blackout
thing.
time.
Yeah, the creators have such an opportunity with Tales of the Walking Dead. I just
do.
hope they utilize it to its best. I mean, they've got great directors, so it's very encouraging. They've got good writer, you know what I mean? So but it's just, they don't always, they just kind of fall short sometimes with this stuff. So I really hope they dig in and really, because I mean, it has the potential to be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing that really kind of pissed me off too was everybody arrives back at Alexandria and they got the food and everything, right? And everybody's all huggy and kissy and whatever the hell. And then you hear Jerry screaming from the wall, and he's like, there's somebody coming. And so everybody, runs to the wall. I think Daryl and Maggie were on the wall, and they're looking, and obviously it's the Commonwealth that are coming, right, with Eugene.
Right.
Here's my thing, right? If you look at that road that leads into Alexandria, it's a long road, right? They were only in there for a couple of minutes before the Commonwealth showed up, right?
Mm-hmm.
How did they not see the Commonwealth ahead of time when they themselves were coming back to Alexandria?
Well, we don't know the time span.
Okay, true, but it looked like it was very quick.
Yeah.
Because again, Jerry was still on the wall, and so there is a continuation of events that show that it was not that long.
Right.
So you have Daryl who's got the basket of apples and he's giving it to all the kids and shit like that, and you see Dog's got the apple, and then Daryl goes to pick it back up, and that's when Jerry screams.
Pius
Well, no, because
suggesting
he
that
talked
Jerry
to Connie and he talked to, he talked to a bunch of people before that.
At most, I would say it was about 5 minutes though.
Yeah, but Jerry wouldn't have left the wall because they would have needed someone for a lookout, so he wouldn't have come. I mean, yeah, and I see what you're saying because it was like not a small group of people.
Right, yeah.
It's wagons and horses, so yeah.
And they kind of stand out. They look like friggin'
little bit.
stormtroopers from Star Wars.
Yeah, you're not blending in with the scenery wearing all white like that with the horses and everything else. The convoy they came with.
Very.
But Eugene, oh man.
I'm not defending him this time.
It's your guy, bro.
I'm not defending him this time. Mr. I drank the fucking
We're
Kool-Aid.
all friends. We're all friends.
And when he was standing up there and he announced Lance or whatever the fuck his name is from the Commonwealth, and, and Eugene.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck you, Eugene. Fuck you.
Well, I posted something negative about Eugene on, not feeling sorry for him. There's like one scene where he looks, he's crying or whatever. I'm like, I don't feel sorry for him, this and that. And they're like, well, you have to remember he doesn't know what's going on. He's been gone for quite a while. And he, you know what I mean? Like he thinks he's helping, you know what I'm saying? Which I don't agree with, but I'm just saying they were like, like you have to remember he left to go get help. And I'm like, whatever.
Well, yeah, I mean, he left because he was going to go meet up with the love of his life, and then it's turned.
But he also thought they were going to be helping, is what they thought they were going to get help because she said that. So
that's another thing that kind of irritates me is the fact that like Ezekiel and Eugene and Yumiko, they've been gone how long now? And nobody's been like, hey, how's everybody doing? Well, they haven't met Princess yet, though.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true.
Because Princess was met on the road by them.
Right.
But he, because they contacted him, and he was cut off very abruptly. Why wouldn't they question, like, is he okay?
That's what I'm saying. At that point, I would imagine they roughly knew where they were going.
No, probably not, because remember they went like in one direction, then Princess took them. They went. Yeah, I don't know if they really do know where they're going.
Yeah, 6 months. 6 months later, they show up at Hilltop, and Daryl is in his garb, his Commonwealth garb. and it just feels fishy to me.
Yeah.
It's a divide and conquer. I'm telling you, it's a divide and conquer scheme. It's
Yeah.
like
What
we don't know the conversation that was had. Number one, what I wish they would have shown is a little town hall meeting that they usually have. Drag Eugene's ass in the town hall, close doors, and be like, "What are you doing, asshole?" You know what I mean? Like, smack the living shit out of him a little bit, and have him squeal. But it's like, I don't know. And then you have whatever closed door conversation happened between Daryl and Maggie, whether it was an argument or not. I just feel like it's that. Let's build our strength here on the outside of Hilltop, get this place back to normal, or whatever normal can be. You guys go over to Commonwealth, and infiltrate it from the inside out. I don't know. I'm just obviously spitballing like everybody else, but that's what it feels like.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm not going to spoil anything because we don't want to talk about the next episode, but I have watched it, and it'll answer a few of your questions.
Okay.
So
I guess I'll just watch it when I'm done.
I'm gonna watch it when I go home.
I want my answers. I want my answers.
Yeah. Well, and the next episode is really good. Again, I mean, it's a very different tone, but I was like, wow, they're killing it,
Yeah. So Pi says leading strange soldiers into home base. It's just so Eugene. I mean, yeah,
100%.
He did it with the saviors.
I mean, he did it happily. That's what pisses me off. Is you have just now compromised the location of your community.
Yeah.
That's the kind of secret that you hold so close to the vest that, short of them giving you the cure for the zombie virus, that you don't trade that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Oh no, I agree.
Yeah. I don't know. It's
And the best was while Lance is talking and they pan around to everybody and they are all just like, who is this guy? Just the looks on all their faces they were not impressed.
Yeah. Do we think that Gabe has fully lost his faith?
Yes.
I don't think so, because I think, when he was saying that he didn't believe, when he was talking to Daryl, he was telling him, I forget exactly how that conversation went, but Amancia had told him that having faith, that you must also have doubt. And he said that to Daryl, that he still has some doubt. So I think that was like a little hint that he hasn't completely lost it, because he still has some doubt, which to keep your faith, you got to have that. Right. So yeah. Okay. And that's just, I don't know. But the look, oh my gosh, I just thought it was so funny when Jerry yells, and I think Gabe was talking to Aaron at that time, and the look on his face was like, can't we just get a break? He like kind of almost did this like head roll, kind of like, what? Are you kidding me? Another something,
Like, does it ever end?
Exactly. It's like, can't we just get a break? Yeah, I thought that was funny. But
Pi says, I hated comic book Lance. I have TV Lance. I hate TV Lance anymore. I don't remember the name of the actor, but I applaud him.
It's Josh Hamilton.
Okay. Linda seems to think that that Gabe is lost cause, the opposite of Daryl now. Yeah, I don't know. I think the way I feel about Gabe is that he's got his faith in his people,
in his community.
Yeah, like he's got his faith in his people, and I think he feels that just as long as he feels all right with making the right decision, that it's okay by the one that's above. You know what I mean? Like I feel like he still has it, but he's on a different level of the belief system now, where if it's good for the group, then it's the right decision for him to make.
Yeah, maybe.
So I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where his character goes, because this episode he just kicked butt. I mean, he was just so good.
He nailed it with the MVP. He definitely was.
Yeah.
I might have made Negan the runner-up.
Yeah.
Just the one-liners and stuff and everything, and the ding, hitting
ding ding.
I don't know.
Well, I thought that I regardless of what Maggie did and her reasons behind it. It was a freaking cool
Yeah.
scene. I mean, it was
absolutely.
just the music. I mean, it was incredible. That's kind of where I based my, her runner-up status on that, because it was just,
her
so cool to watch
her
that.
wiping them out at the end was definitely a huge MVP move, 100%.
And then do you guys remember? So his name is Alex. What is his name? Merez or whatever, that played Carver.
Mm-hmm.
He accidentally posted the picture of Elijah's weapon in his chest
earlier,
on
like
Instagram, way back, like right after they filmed the scene.
He posted it. He was there with the thing in his chest.
Yep, and then everybody was like,
now,
dude, I don't think you're.
Do you think she didn't kill him on purpose, like in the head, so he would come back?
Oh, maybe.
He's got the leg injury and he's got the thing in his chest. They didn't put any. No one ever killed him. So it's like,
Interesting, yeah, because the other one, she
shot the one dude
turned
and
around.
Both the other dudes in
Washington, she shot him in the head then too.
So
like
he's
shot
the
him once
only
and
one
shot.
who's gonna come back. So I think, I think she did it on purpose.
Probably, because he was a jerk.
Yeah.
I think this episode too was really showed a huge turning point for Maggie, in just the way that she approaches things. That we've kind of felt that these were hinted at, but she really hasn't displayed this ruthlessness to this extent that she did in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she got the okay from Negan, so.
AKA future baby daddy.
AKA ding ding. So Pi says Eugene has always been the weak link, allowing him to go galloping around chasing some woman he met on the radio was a reckless move of the group.
Somebody call MTV's catfish. He's being catfish.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
Yeah, it was... And they were all in agreement for him to do this, which
it was
is very odd. And then to send him with not a lot of backup or anything, I mean, yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think overall it was a great episode. I loved it. Yeah, there's always stuff we'll pick apart, but I think it's one of the best they've had. And I think, Ryan, you said that too, is the best in the long. I mean, it's just been a long time since one has been this good.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So hopefully they keep this for the next 15 episodes.
Seriously. Oh, Lucy, really?
Come on.
Really?
Coming in at the end.
Wait, you came in to say goodbye? Is that what hello and bye? Like that's what you came here
for?
Way to go, Luce.
You missed some real quality content.
Yeah.
Some real moist content.
Oh yeah, Lucy, you would have had fun.
We ding this one right out of the park. It was a grand slam.
She'll go back and watch it. She always
Emphasis
does.
On the slam.
Thank you, ma'am.
Wham bam. Thank you, ma'am.
So yeah, obviously we'll be back next week. We'll keep chugging along, and we're still trying to line up some guests for the future upcoming weeks. We have to talk to the people over at the camp to see if they have anybody they want to line up. They have lined up as well. We'll mix in with them, see what we can get going, and then we'll be back, obviously, to either just discuss the episode next week or a little bit of both.
Maybe a guest.
We'll see what we got going on. But yeah, Luce, tardy to the party, and you'll have to rewatch it now.
Yeah.
That's it. We're done. Hour and 10 minutes, just us. Hardcore. We hardcored it.
Yeah.
Well, there was a lot of hardcore stuff going on.
There was. Yeah. You missed it. You're gonna have to go back and rewatch and diddle yourself. I don't know. Don't ask. Ooh.
A little breezy.
You got a little cool air blowing up my back.
Little
right
easy
now.
breezy.
That's nice.
That was odd timing.
It's nice on the culo. All right, everybody.
Wow.
We will talk to you guys next week. We might be looking a little different next week. We might all look a little different.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
We might.
You never know. We're gonna pull a little trick out of our sleeve. We might look a little different.
You guys will have to all pay attention.
Yes, you must pay attention.
Yes.
So
very close attention.
Absolutely. We might be sporting a new look.
Yeah.
New fashion statement.
We might look like triplets.
Oh, I like that. There it is. All right. We get the next week, hopefully.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Somebody
No, it was a collaborative effort. He can't blame it all on him.
I was late. I didn't really have much to do with it. I was just hanging out.
Like usual.
Wait a minute. I'm never late.
No, I meant I didn't get to do much
Oh, I did. I was chatting and making sure things looked nice.
while talking to your laborers, as Pi called them.
Well, they were laboring away. Love you guys. We'll see you next week.
Yep.
Yes, Lucy, how'd you know? Minecraft background. Yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
absolutely. We will all look like Steve.
Bye, guys.
Good night, everybody.
Bye,
we love
guys.
you. Bye.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Hey, Renee, Chris, and Ryan going live. Best podcast, Beauty and the Beast. Sit back and catch a vibe. Oh yeah, we talking zombies and apocalypses and all those things you like. Going beast mode, and if you didn't know, it's Peter Z up on the mic. Whoa, hey, TWD family, grab the snacks about the pantry and subscribe and like if you can, please. Or those walkers eat you like some candy. Hey, okay. You at the right place at the right time. No one does it better, that's the bottom line. Beauty and the Beast, this is prime time. Let's go.